Or in the words of Peter Thiel, and this is probably the most important quote I'm going to put on the screen today. Courage is in much shorter supply than genius. I can show you geniuses. There's 8 billion people on the planet. You can find 8,000 people that are the smartest one in a million. You can't find 8,000 courageous businesses to do what I've described. You might think that you've got an IQ 200. You know what people with IQ 200 do in this world? They come up with 100 reasons to not buy Bitcoin. They come up with they can write books, everything that can go wrong. Well, I can hypothetically imagine that this might be a problem 10 years down the road in that circumstance, and so that's why I will not do it. People lacking courage apply their brilliance to apologize for why they're not going to take the risk. And so this is not about being smart. This is actually about having some courage. Success comes from a willingness to acknowledge reality. I was just showing you some reality, right? Is your business going to all of a sudden start growing 20% a year forever and like grow past the Magnificent Seven? Well, again, if you haven't acknowledged that reality, then you won't embrace a new idea, right? You're not winning in the status quo. You need a paradigm shift. Embrace the new idea. Then you have to do the work. Doing the work requires a lot of study, a lot of research, a lot of careful planning. And at some point after all that work, take a risk. And if you do take a risk, then you have to execute. But your path out of this is acknowledge reality, embrace the idea, do the work, take a risk, execute. And what's it mean to do the work? Well, you're doing work for 40 years of your life. You're working. That's, 80,000 hours of work to make money. The great irony is every single person in the economy spends 80,000 hours working. Trying to get someone to spend 100 hours to figure out how to keep their money, that's actually challenging. But what I say is spend 100 hours learning how to keep the money that you generated over 80,000. Now, if you're the CEO of a company with 10,000 employees, I want you to imagine 10,000 times 80,000 hours working very hard and then losing all the money.